Merriam-Webster defines a transaction as an exchange of goods, services, or funds, and transacting as to carry out to completion. Historically, this has been the way individuals parent, transacting praise and punishments for good and bad behaviors. Praise and punishment, both powerful behavioral forces, create a core problem in the parent-child relationship. Consider this example. A father says to his son, "If you don't stop screaming during bath time, then no more cartoons." The measure of success is the sensation of the child screaming. The problem is, of course, the father has no real idea why the son is regularly screaming during bath time. There's a deeper problem still. When an intimate relationship is evaluated on behavioral outcomes, it's not a relationship, it's a transaction. Every time we say to our children, "If you keep quiet, I'll give you a cookie," or "If you don't stop hitting your sister, I will take the phone away," you don't create intimacy in those moments, you create a transaction. Hi there, I'm Kim Feeney with Butterfly Beginnings Counseling, and welcome to my channel. I have over 10 years of experience helping hundreds of children and families lead healthier emotional lives so that they can cope with big emotions. And I'd love to help your family as well. So go ahead, subscribe, and hit the bell for weekly notifications on the latest content. Rewards and punishment are themselves the evidence of transactional systems. It is only in a transactional context where stickers for submission, praise for obedience, food for docility, and punishment for non-compliance make any sense at all. For a better bond with your child, you must return to the relationship. Nowhere in your life is your leadership as powerful as it is in your relationship with your children. The parent-child relationship is the most powerful relationship on the planet. All the time, I have parents asking, "How can this relationship be so sacred and yet feel so bad? How could I love this child so much while feeling so much frustration, so much tension, and so much pain?" To understand where you stand, you must look at where you've been. Most of us come from family systems that placed a premium on our behavior. From the earliest of ages, we were coded to know precisely how a good girl behaves, what a bad boy does, why mommy likes this and daddy hates that. The truth of your child's behavior is that it's not aggravating on purpose. They are using it to communicate. What your child says to you and the way he or she does it, how they look at you, why they don't look at you, what they're already telling you, what you've been trying to figure out. It's like a code just waiting to be cracked. It's the behavior that offers you the clearest path to their hearts. Parents often complain that their children are causing problems. For example, imagine you say, "My kid causes problems every morning. I have to drag him out of bed. When he finally comes down, he's disheveled and ignores everyone at the breakfast table." When what you really mean is that your child is causing you problems. This distinction is not petty. It's pretty vital. It's your desire to get out of the house, your vision of what shirt is appropriate and what pants aren't, and your preference about the way in which another person eats food that's at the core of this conflict with your child. Note how this child would then tell an entirely different story. Perhaps they might say, "My mom upsets me every morning. She comes into my room, immediately begins harshly speaking at me. I open my eyes and she's already telling me what I'm doing wrong. I feel attacked, and I haven't even gotten out of bed yet and woken up. I don't want to make her angrier, so I throw some clothes on and then try to avoid any conflict at the table by not saying anything at all." Now, you might say, "Well, yes, but I have to get to work." And this may very well be true. So what you truly desire is a collaborative relationship with your child. A relationship that flows because both parties are attuned to and trust each other. Command and control, do it or else models of leadership are flawed, not just ethically, but really practically. As any parent will tell you, there are copious times when you simply cannot get your child to comply. The most certain strategy to get anyone to follow you to listen to you, to care about you, is to work to see what they really want. Why wouldn't my child want to be led by me, to listen to me, to follow me, to care about me? You can reasonably expect your child to care about your needs to the extent they feel you care about theirs. Your behavior has already signaled to your child over and over and over again the degree to which they should care about other people's influences and preferences, including yours. Consider for a moment how your own childhood often was used and your behavior was used against you instead of as a sign to check in with you. How often did you act according to what your parents liked instead of maybe what was most authentic to you? Again, your child's behavior is hardly ever on purpose. It's mostly reactive or just hard to regulate. Learn to work with them, not against them, and your relationship will improve. This is one of the core foundations of my new parenting class, Being With, for parents of kids with big, baffling behaviors. And you can learn more by using the link in the description or going to www.butterflybeginningscounseling.com/beingwith. Let's say you're frustrated because your child went into your bathroom without permission, grabbed all your makeup, and started spilling it everywhere. By the time you notice, your child is covered in sparkles and denting the hairs in your blending brushes. To you, your child is a nightmare. They don't respect you enough to ask permission, they're not grateful for the toys they already have, and they're not careful with other people's things. And before letting your emotions get the best of you and dealing out a transactional consequence, pause and think. Locking them up in their room or canceling an upcoming play date won't help them understand the correlated consequences of their actions. Your child may recount the incident by saying, "I went to find mommy and she wasn't in her bathroom. I started playing with her makeup because it looks so cool and fun, and I know she plays with it every day. I hope she can teach me to do it as good as she does someday." When you meet your child with yelling and blaming, before they even knew what they were doing, it can damage the relationship you have together. It creates mistrust and deters your child from coming to you for help because they fear being attacked. It also teaches them to mirror your response to other people's feelings. If you never consider their feelings before speaking to them, why would they change their behavior to then consider yours? If you only speak to your child about their behaviors, it shows you're not interested in the thoughts or the person behind them. Be quiet in the store and I'll buy you a candy. Again, a transaction between two parties, not an educational tool on what is culturally appropriate and what that socially appropriate behavior looks like. You immediately teach your child that they owe you something in exchange for freedom to be themselves. Adults criticize each other for hiding the truth, by sugarcoating it or simply neglecting to share something important. Children aren't new here. They haven't learned the crafty social skills you assume they use against you. Instead, pay attention and be curious about their behaviors. If they're crying at a family picnic, show an interest in their frustration instead of isolating them from the family until they can pull it together. Tears are a sign that children need help to process powerful emotions. Setting them the way to fix it on their own just worsens their ability to self-regulate healthily. Don't think about grace as something for which your children need to work for. Give it to them out of an abundance of love and always assume positive intent. If you want them to pick up the dog droppings in the backyard and know their favorite show is on tonight, you can gently remind them without assuming they explicitly want to disobey you. Something like, "I know your favorite show is on tonight and it looks like the backyard still needs to be picked up. Do you want to do that now, over lunch, or right before your show? I'm here to help you figure it out." There are 4 freedoms we can offer our children and each other if we want to create grace-based environments and be parents that are known by grace. Number 1, the freedom to be different. All of our children are unique. If you're a parent of more than one child, you know how amazingly different and unique they can be. Grace gives them the freedom to be themselves. Number 2, the freedom to be vulnerable. Children need to know they can be open with their emotions, joy, pain, fear, etc., and that those emotions are safe with us. Grace makes it safe to be vulnerable. Number 3, the freedom to be honest. Honest with us about their frustrations and disappointments, without fear that they're risking our relationship. Because none of us are perfect. And are we willing to hear this from our children? And finally, number 4, the freedom to make mistakes. Even though there are consequences for the choices made, our love for them is secure and is not determined by their behavior and will not change. Don't forget to check out Being With, my new course, using the link below in the description. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with a friend. Until next time, wherever you are in your day, hug your child and make it a great one.